Coconut Grove, Florida.
I was born in Colortown, now known as Overtown.
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica.
In Nassau, Bahamas.
In Richmond, Virginia.
Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
I am from Tanzania, East Africa.
I am from Ghana.
I'm Haitian to the core.
I went to the crossroads, fell down on my knees.
Well, believe it or not, it was a happy time, a good time, and I didn't know what prejudice was because I was never exposed to white people.
We had our own post office, and we had our own little stores and everything up. And when I was coming along, it was Colored Town and White Town. And I happened to live in Colored Town. And when we went to White Town, it was to go to the store.
I went to Bird Eyes and I saw some shoes I liked. And I decided that I wanted to buy these shoes, but I needed to try them on. And so the sales lady told me to come with her, to follow her. And I followed her, and I followed her into what was the broom closet. And she wanted me to try these shoes on in the broom closet. And I said, no, what am I here for? And she said, to try on the shoes. I said, no, I'm not trying on these shoes in here. I want to try on the shoes out there where everybody else tries on shoes.
I grew up on patience, and I guess it has brought me this far. But you need to exercise a lot of it, and really the days of growing up in Miami were not real nice after you found out things were quite different in other places. Like I remember at high school, I remember that the books we got were always used books that somebody else used, and I thought every school was like that when you had books, you had to use them and turn them back in, and next year they pass on to somebody else. Until I found out that they bought new books for the white kids every year, and whatever was left from the old books, they passed them along to us in Booker Washington. And that sort of bothered me a lot, but everything was second class, second hand.
After we started integrating places in downtown Miami, I went to one restaurant in Northeast First Street, and it was a nice cafe, and I was hungry. I had to go out of town. I had to go down to Key West, and I said, I'll get me something to eat before I hit on that long road down there. And I went in this restaurant, and I had never been in there before. And I sat down. A waiter came in, and the waiters in that restaurant wore tuxedos, even in the early daytime, you know what I mean? It was nice. And one of them came over to me and said to me, you know we don't serve N-words in here. I said, well, that's perfectly all right with me. I don't eat N-words. I want some bacon and eggs and toast and coffee. And everybody in there just laughed because I said it out loud. The other customers, they just screamed. And he went in the kitchen and told the boss, and the boss said, you heard him serve that food so he can get out of here. I looked up, and he was in the kitchen laughing himself at what I said to this guy the first time.
It was a place where you can come and rejuvenate. When you went outside and did the job and people called you HBO or called you refugee or whatever epitaph or word they want to call you, you could come back home and kind of recharge yourself. You know, he who fights and run away lives to fight another day, and I think Little Haiti did that for a lot of us. It gave us a place. It was our place where we can not hide, where we can grow, where we could live in our own sunshine, even though many times we're denied our own nourishment, outside our community?
I was in shock with desegregation because there was never anything separate in Jamaica. You know, children, we didn't look at color, we didn't look at ethnicity. So even though I was young, I realized that, you know, for the first time that was like, people are separate because of the color of their skin. I didn't always feel welcome by the white teachers, and I also didn't feel welcome with the blacks. So, but I realized that the color was a big issue in America, and that was a shock to my system.
But somebody has to believe in you, and you have to prove your worth and prove your value, and I think it will continue to change. Now, this morning I sat there autographing books, and I write, dreams do come true, which is far different from what I wrote just 2 weeks ago. I sold a book, and I said, the struggle continues, and thanks for your support. Now I say, dreams do come true, and they do. And so, you know, that kind of change after 81 years and 10 months, almost 11 months, it is changing, and it will continue to change, and I think I'm just happy to be alive to see that this change has come about.